Okay guys, it is time for a new update here on the Bitcoin price, and I can already tell you the last couple of days, yes, they felt like the bull market, but we need to keep in mind that we are still far away from a 100% bottom confirmation, since we are still below, or rather far below, our 11-year support and resistance curve that we broke below for the first time in all bear markets this bear market. But now guys, let's talk about the bullish news that is occurring in the charts right now, because not only are we seeing whale accumulation, yes guys, whales are accumulating massively since the beginning of the year exactly, and we can see during or since they started accumulating right after we saw the first parabolic move into this year here for Bitcoin. And this is a positive sign because whales, they are holding between 1,000 and 10,000 Bitcoin per address, right? Or each whale has one address, some have multiple, depending on how much of a whale he really is. But in general, guys, we can really see that these big addresses are accumulating, and this is also being seen here now in the charts. We are still in our swing long position now in a combined profit of roughly $66,000. Guys, I am planning still, like I said in my last video, to scale this position up, but we are going to wait for one very significant close occurring in 1 day and 4 hours. We are going to talk about that in a second. Before we do that, make sure to subscribe, activate the bell. Don't forget to subscribe as already said, but also to like and also leave a comment down below. I really appreciate that. Thank you for almost 500 likes here below my last video. But now let's talk about our weekly candles, because before we now jump into the smaller time frames, we can already see that our weekly candle is here right now trying to break out of our massive falling wedge. And that for sure would be a massively bullish sign. We have 1 day and 4 hours left to hold the price above the $21,800 level. And now let's take a look at the lower time frames, how realistic that is. If we are confirming this breakout here in the next couple of weeks, for sure a reversal down to the $20,000 level would even be possible without us here establishing any bearish narrative on the weekly time frame. It would be even highly bullish if we are able to confirm the breakout with a bounce on the weekly. Nevertheless, now for the short term, especially looking also on the daily, we have the risk of getting rejected here of our past upward sloping resistance of our bear flag, not the support, because as you know, the support, we had the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level. The bulls really had to fight hard here with the bears, especially because we had this scenario here in the past. The good thing is we didn't see an immediate rejection. We also talked about this in my last video, that if we should see a bearish chart pattern forming here, that I would upload a video immediately and most likely would even open a short hedge position. But since there was no bearish chart pattern forming, we actually just saw a beautiful consolidation here on the daily time frame below our 0.618, and now the bulls even managed to break that resistance. And as already to be expected, this resistance was a hard one, and since then we really saw a massively parabolic move of almost $2,000, 10% here again for Bitcoin to the upside. So if we're getting rejected here, just keeping in mind that the $21,800 level not only next week is a very important support on the weekly that we need to hold, but also here on the smaller time frames on the daily. The past bear flag support is rising and rising, so it's also going to come in within the next couple of days here at the $21,800, $21,500 level. So that's definitely the support level I'm keeping an eye on the first rejection. That's also the support level where, again, if it holds, it can be a beautiful opportunity to either, if there's no long entry yet for you in the market, then you could have an entry there, or for people that are watching the channel that are in their swing long positions, we can even jump and scale them up again potentially. So 2 times, 1 time when the weekly now closes bullish, and then on a bounce of the 0.618 and a confirmation. If that confirmation doesn't happen, we break below on the weekly, we break below on the daily, then it's time to take some profits actually of the long instead of scaling it up again. But now let's wait and see what happens, because besides that, guys, since we went so parabolic, there is not much more in the charts to be discussed right now. These are the very important levels. The only thing that we can really keep an eye on here is the weekly time frame, because as said, guys, the only resistance coming in now here is the $30,000 level, the $31,000 level. It is our bear 11-year support and resistance, now a resistance. It was actually always only a support. I wanted to say support, but it wouldn't have been correct, since now actually we fall fell below so significantly and we got also rejected from it, that now it is definitely for the first time in 11 years actually resistance that needs to be broken to the upside. So if we break out here bullish, maybe we see 1 or 2 weeks of retesting, 3 weeks, a month of retesting. But yeah, the $30,000 levels are pretty much then next on a bullish confirmation, and we definitely want to be prepared with big long positions. One thing that I can say in advance, if we are struggling here, it's profit taking time for me, at least a little bit, right? 30% of the profits with the longs I would definitely take out here, just for the case that we are seeing a rejection in the long run, that this might be, if it continues, just a big FOMO run, just because the socials are still so active right now. And if Bitcoin is not ready to move further to the upside, it is very possible that even something like this, right, a huge double bottom scenario on the weekly, giving Bitcoin a little bit more time before really going into the next parabolic run, can be possible. And that's why it's always a good idea to take some profits along the way, since you are taking them in crypto anyways. So when the price then continues to go up, yes, you are making a little bit less than you would have made with the same position size, but the cryptocurrencies you are taking out in profit, they are actually also generating you beautiful upside afterwards, right? So just keep that in mind, to not always sit in positions forever. A couple of weeks, a couple of months, especially if there are swing trades, is okay. I mean, you know, our other swing long position, which is open now since 4 months, we also still have that open, our swing long, since it was open with low leverages. But now, yeah, price is above, we can put our stop loss in a profit, we can scale up the leverage. Like this, we have capital on the side again, and we can put it into the position once again as soon as we break important resistances and get bullish weekly closes, like now during this weekend potentially. Or not potentially, the 0.618 is already broken, but on the weekly potentially we could still get a bullish close. But now guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, activate the bell. I would really appreciate it if you would smash up a like. Maybe we can reach 5,500 likes, or maybe 1,000 likes here on today's video, and then we are going to see us in the next one, which most likely will be tomorrow. But this really depends on what the price is doing, because right now we are just going parabolic, and if we're just seeing a small consolidation, there's nothing really to make a video about. But I will keep you updated as soon as important things happen, and especially what to keep in mind or what price levels to watch out for, like the 0.618, to know that if we break them to the upside, that there is a massive move coming, like now a 10% pump, $2,000 move. Very, very exciting stuff, giving a little bit of bull market feelings. But we need to keep in mind that we just came back above the $23,000 and are far away from new all-time highs. So let's stay realistic and focus, so we can make the best out of this whole bear market into the next bull run. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.